California's Central Valley was devastated in 2009 and 2010 by the deliberate diversion of hundreds of billions of gallons of water away from Central Valley agriculture to satisfy environmental edicts for salmon and Delta smelt. The practical effect of this action was to destroy 250,000 acres of the most productive farmland in America and to throw thousands of hardworking families into unemployment. Is now pleased to welcome back Mr. Cole Upton, a farmer joining us from Chowchilla, California.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's a pleasure to be here. I am a farmer. I live on my farm in Merced County, farm in Merced and Madera counties. It's a farm that was started by my father after he returned from World War II. His family came out during the Dust Bowl area. They started with nothing. For one of the two goals is in real jeopardy. And I think Friant and our districts have done everything over and above what we were required to do. Number one, we've given up water. Number two, every district redid their financing to bring up the money to help fund this program. In the district of which I farm, Chowchilla, we just floated a bond for $18 million to do this. So I think the folks on the farming side has done that. So it's a little bit frustrating to guys like us when they talk about these agreements and only one side agrees with it. I mean, it's like a unique agreement. That was a good agreement, but not everybody agreed with it, or not everybody complied with it. That's the sign. I think what people don't understand in our area is the conjunctive use area. So if the farmers don't have the surface water, be it from Friant or any place else, then they're going to use it from the underground. Our underground aquifer, as you know, on the east side of the valley is already severely overdrafted. So what's going to happen, it's going to be survival I call it the richest, the corollary of Darwin's law. Whoever can drill the deepest well is going to be able to survive for a while, but then eventually they're going to go out of business. So it's going to be a slow death, about 200,000 acres if we don't get any water back, and that's jobs that are going to be lost. For instance, on my farm,
greater certainty.
I'd rather take my shot on repeal and replace, because we made an agreement. One party, in my opinion, is not complying with the agreement, so we got the worst of both worlds, okay? We're going to try to restore this river, which it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do anyway, because NRDC's own paper, In Hot Water, shows that salmon that are on the periphery of viability anyway are going to have a tough time if you believe in global warming. The main stem of the San Joaquin is a flat, wide river. Okay, it's going to have great difficulty never getting any fish back. So whether this makes a good investment for society, that's up to you fellows, but it sure doesn't look like it to me. And that's another thing. That's the third-party impacts I talked about. I know a farmer. He farms in Chowchilla district, but also farms over in that area, and he's expected to lose a lot of his almond orchards because the water is seeping into his roots.
And can you describe how the reliable water supply that this legislation provides will allow farmers to consistently hire employees and drive the economic recovery in the Central Valley?
Well, one of the things that you have in the farm credit system is they started this about 5-10 years ago. You have to prove that you have a reliable water supply. If you cannot prove to your lender you have a reliable water supply, you don't get a budget. All right, and if you don't have a budget, then you're not going to farm. It's as simple as that.
The field hearing not only because of my interest in resolving this particular issue, but also over my concern that if a man-made drought can happen in one of the most agriculturally productive regions of the world, then it could happen anywhere in our nation.
But think it through. Think through what you're doing here. You are terminating the ability of the state of California to manage its water supplies and giving it to the federal government. So the next time
I can revisit this discussion about water wars, and it was mentioned by a few of the folks here. Really, there's nothing about water wars, because there is no war. There was only surrender on behalf of San Joaquin Valley residents. The farmers surrendered in 1992. The farmers surrendered in 1994. The farmers surrendered with the San Joaquin River settlement. And so, really, you only have a war from one side. And that's from the radical environmental groups that are massacring the people that live in our communities. Complete annihilation.